In the world of airsoft, I notice a lot of people getting caught up in trying to get the latest and greatest in the way of technology, in the way of assault rifles. And you know, that's one of the great things about airsoft is that if they make the gun in real life, then you can probably get an airsoft version of the same gun. Whether it's something really exotic like a Tavor or a P90 or a G36, you can get exactly the same kind of gun as the high-tech guns that are out there. And I gotta tell you, getting to play with some of those high-tech guns can be great, but sometimes it's good to go in the complete opposite direction and seek out a more simplistic solution to the same problem. You know, one thing I notice a lot of people have a problem with some of these guns is that you gotta buy green gas or you gotta buy batteries, the batteries go dead, you have to constantly be charging them. So for those folks that are looking for something that's gonna offer a more simple solution, you may be interested in the guns that we're gonna be talking about today, which are the spring-operated multi-burst shotguns. Now, right off the bat, one of the biggest advantages of buying a spring shotgun versus an AEG or a gas blowback gun is the initial investment it costs just to get into the sport. I know there's a lot of people that are trying to break into airsoft and they don't want to have to shell out $200, $300, $400, $500 for a basic AEG or gas blowback gun, not to mention the extra accessories it takes to make it work, like green gas, batteries, chargers, and all that other stuff. With a spring shotgun, you are the power source, so as long as you can operate the slide, you can shoot all day long and it doesn't cost you that much money. And these guns generally come in at under $100. The first shotgun we're going to talk about today is the UTG M490L, which is sort of a generic version of the Benelli M1014, which is one of the standard issue shotguns that the US military is using these days. This is a multi-burst shotgun, which means it actually has multiple barrels inside of the main barrel, so when you fire the round, rather than getting a single round or single BB coming out, it actually shoots a burst of shot out, which gives you a more realistic shotgun effect. One of the really cool features of the UTG shotguns is the fact that they use these shotgun shells as the magazine for the gun. Each one of these shotgun shells holds 30 BBs, so considering each time you shoot the gun, 3 shots come out of the barrel, basically means you get 10 shots out of each shotgun shell. These are simply loaded from the front with the included speed loader. You just basically inject the BBs into the front of the shotgun shell, then simply replace it into the receiver, close the door, and you're ready to go. The iron sights on this gun are a standard military-style front post along with a single rear aperture, which is adjustable for both windage as well as elevation. You'll also notice that it has the standard Picatinny rail on the upper receiver, which allows you to add additional optics such as red dot sights. This gun has a pivoting style stock, which basically allows you to pivot the gun from the shoulder to more easily reload the gun. You'll also notice that this is an adjustable stock, so you can easily collapse it down for shooting in CQB situations, as well as just generally adjusting the stock to whatever the shooter's needs are. We tested the gun with a .2 gram BB and found it to have an average velocity of around 350 feet per second, which is pretty much what you would expect for any decent airsoft gun. Now, the one thing I do warn people about with this gun is that it does take a significant amount of force in order to operate the slide when you shoot this gun. So younger shooters and people that just don't have a lot of upper body strength are going to have a hard time with cranking this thing. But just so long as you're able to operate the action on it, you're going to love this particular gun. The second gun we're going to look at today is the UTG M3L. This is a generic version of the Mossberg 590 series. Once again, this is a multi-burst shotgun, so it has 3 barrels inside of the main barrel, so each time you shoot the gun, 3 rounds come out of it. So for you guys that don't have the best aim, this gives you a little bit of an advantage because you actually get a little bit of a scattergun effect, so you can hit a pattern that's, say, maybe about 6 inches wide versus shooting a single BB out of the gun. You don't necessarily have to be right on the money with this gun in order to hit your target. This gun uses the same shotgun shell style magazine system as the other UTG shotguns. One of the nice things about these is that it's a standard size shell that goes into these, so you can swap out the magazines with either gun and use them vice versa. And for you guys that want to get a few more rounds in, we do sell additional magazines that are available if you want to carry a few backups. Now, this gun does feature decent fixed iron sights with a front post and a rear notch, but unlike the other gun, these are not adjustable for windage or elevation, although they do give you a nice high-profile design for getting quick sight acquisition. Now, as far as the stocks on this gun goes, it does have a military-style pistol grip, but rather than an adjustable stock, it has a full-length fixed stock on the rear of it, which for me is preferable because it gives you a much more secure feeling when you're shooting this gun. It just generally feels much more stable than the adjustable stocks. Now you know what I'm talking about. There's always those guys that are out there that just can't seem to get along with the standard government issue weapons, and they always seem to be kitting their stuff out or customizing it in such a way that they make their own little personal statement. And for those guys, we offer our own custom model that we call the Keymaster. The idea for this is if you're going to breach a door, you can put explosive rounds in it and blow any door off of its hinges. The nice thing about this is that you've got your shotgun for close-in shots, and when you really need to reach out and touch somebody, you've got your M16 DMR on top that you can take out targets as far as you need to. Now, of course, this is not a standard issue thing that you can just buy off of the shelf. We were just sort of goofing around, took a 1014, chopped the barrel down, and then just mounted it to the DMR. You know, for you guys that are out there that like to goof around and do things in your basement, this is an interesting project you might want to try. I'm a little on the fence as to whether or not this is actually a viable weapon system, but it sure looks cool. Now, of course, like I was saying earlier, the main advantage to using a spring-operated shotgun is the overall cost advantage in that these are fairly inexpensive to buy as well as to operate. But over and above that, the other advantage they give you is since they shoot a burst of shot rather than a single BB, you don't have to be the most accurate marksman in the world in order to hit your target with one of these things. So if you want to find out more, go to our website at replayairsoft.com. You can order these directly off of the website, or better yet, stop in here at the showroom and check them out for yourself. And you know, if you got the money and the time, if you want to do one of the Keymasters, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about doing one of those. So until the next time, don't let the bastards get you down.